All right, folks, back at you with another Invicta review, up close and personal, we're calling these videos. Again, just a quick intro, Fat Cat Collections. I normally do these videos from afar and kind of show you the watch with a little bit of close-ups, but a lot of folks really just want to see the watch. So I want to kind of come back to these. I have a new camera now, so we're doing these in 4K, and I really want to give you guys these reviews, these watches, up close and personal, especially something like this and a lot of my Invictas, which are over 5 years old, 6 years, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to like, I think I got my first Invicta back in 2012. So had them in my collection a long time. This is a great combat against those folks who are like, oh, those are 6-month watches. These watches are beautiful. They're amazing. They have amazing quality. And I can guarantee you if you buy an Invicta watch, you're not going to be disappointed. As long as you get the Invicta quality like this. So what do we have here today? This is one of I think my favorite Invicta model, the Subaqua Specialty. I love this design. This video is going to be a little harder to see the detail because of the black, right? It's hopefully try to adjust this light a little bit here if we can kind of rotate this. I don't know if that helps at all. Maybe. I don't know. I'm right under light here. It's sometimes hard when I'm on battery power with this camera to get. I don't really know how it's actually going to come across. But hey, bear with me here. So, all right. So what do we get with this? So this is a Jason Taylor edition Invicta Subaqua Specialty. It is, I believe, limited edition. These are hard to come by nowadays. I did pay more than I would normally pay for an Invicta when I bought this watch because if you folks have been watching me for a while, I'm a big fan of black on black, right? Even though I like all different colors, gold, right? I think most folks who have been watching me will say, what? You're more of a gold guy. I like it all. And one thing I really like is the combination between black and black spinel or black diamonds. Black spinel is a gemstone. It's a genuine gemstone. It's not like a piece of glass they put in here. And these, you cannot tell the difference between this and black diamond. Even under a loop, you can't tell the difference. So I'm not sure how they tell the difference, but it's not going to happen in their jeweler loop. So the point is you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on actual black diamonds when you can get black spinel, which looks exactly the same, and you can't tell the difference. So amazing quality, and it's not just a piece of glass. It's a genuine gemstone, right? Very cool watch. Love the black on black. I wish Invicta did more of this stuff, but they just don't. They're very limited on what they do with iced out bezels. And it's unfortunate. I said many times they should do a red label edition, which would be a combination like a blood, deep red watch. Imagine this watch. Just imagine with me for a second. This watch done with that kind of blood red, mirror polish finish, yellow gold accents, and then a synthetic ruby bezel. And not glass. Just use lab-made rubies. They're relatively inexpensive, and they look amazing. And it would be such a cool watch. But I digress. Let's get to this one. So, what do you get with this? I have, again, this is one of my most favorite ones. I have about 5 or 6 of these in my collection, different colors. This is a Swiss movement variant. In the beginning, a lot of times you'd see Invicta's using Swiss made. I'm not sure if somebody got after them or they changed the designation, but this is a Swiss movement. So they're listed on here. What does that mean for you? Absolutely nothing. It's just a designation. It's something people associate with quality. It is meaningless because I have ones with NH35 movements that are the exact same watch at a fraction of the price of this there is no difference in quality, right? Screw down crown on this. I like that Invicta uses this bright yellow gasket on there. Pretty cool. Like you know that the crown is out, even though you could typically see it. Very cool. The bright yellow gasket. Screw down function pushers. The movement is, I believe, is a Ronda Z60. I think if I'm remembering correctly, but I'm never too concerned with it. What's amazing about this is this watch I got probably, I'd say, man, I'm going back to, I think this watch is from 2016, and look at this. Let me push the crown in. Secondhand ticket away. We're on the original battery on this. So we're on the movements when and this could be said with pretty much every quartz watch out there. If you pull the crown out to the number 2 position, you generally, or if it's a single pull out, you generally are saving battery life, right? That's why a lot of times watches will come with this little plastic insert here to prevent the watch from draining the battery while it's sitting there waiting to be sold. So that can be said about any quartz watch. Some folks are going to be like, oh, you get dust in there. You're not going to get dust in here. Like, of course, don't wear it like this, but don't go swimming like this. But there are still seals in here preventing dust and moisture from getting in. I store all my watches like this that are quartz, and I've had no problems with them. 70% power savings on Ronda movements, at least on this movement. So pretty incredible, right? Beautiful screw down crown function pushers. Again, very nice action on this. Some folks are like, oh man, turn the bezel on a Rolex. No difference. This is buttery smooth. The way it screws down, perfect. No clunkiness. No cross threading. No grittiness. It's perfect. Now this is a chronograph, and this is a very busy chronograph. I'd much rather, if I had the choice on this watch, to have this watch just use an NH35 movement. I would, but it is a Ronda movement. It's super accurate. It's more accurate than any Rolex ever made. But yeah, I'd much rather the automatic, so I don't have to worry about the battery ever. And this has sort of a skeletonized face, which you can see. It's a very busy dial. So yeah, a chronograph, you could use it. I could activate the chronograph on here. We unscrew the crown. I had it unscrewed. Press the number 1 position there. You can see chronograph is telling or tracking time. Pause it. Second function pusher to reset it. And that large second hand swings around. Remember, the large second hand should not be moving. You have a separate second hand on these movements in order to track your second. So you don't want to have that moving. Some folks are like, man, my battery's done in 6 months. That's because you had the chronograph active. What else? It has black mother of pearl, another favorite of mine. Kind of smoky. I don't know if you can see that in the video. And of course, the bezel, just absolutely stunning. Love the case and cradle design on this. It's all carved out and chiseled. It is just arguably, I think, one of the best designs Invicta has ever come out with. I absolutely love it. Black normally shows scratches. You can see the plating on Invicta, amazing. Like, I've worn this watch a lot. If it was mirror polished, you might see a little more scratches, but you can see this sucker is holding up fantastic. I mean, people who, again, this is a testament to the quality you get with Invicta. Now, what is Jason Taylor? Jason Taylor, football player, right? I don't really follow football, but he is a football player. And just like, Shaq's a basketball player, they do some sponsorships and collaborations with Invicta. I don't care if it's Jason Taylor or not. I mean, meaningless to me, but at least the logo on it is pretty subtle. Just a little JT on the side, JT on the back. Some folks, if you watch some of the infomercials, they're going to be like, yeah, it's going to be limited. Remember, you don't buy these watches because they're going to appreciate in value. You don't, and remember, that can be said with any watch. Some watches, you have a better chance of maybe making some money when you sell it, but there's no guarantees with watches, right? Not all. Some idiot the other day said that, Rolex watches appreciate 5% per year. You know how many pre-owned Rolexes are on eBay right now? New and pre-owned? 50,000. I think it was 50,000. Yeah, 50,000. Is it 5,000 or 50,000? Yeah, it was 50,000. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Let me just look at that real quick. Let me just go to eBay and let's just search Rolex watch. And this is kind of my point I want to make here is that, let's see if it says here. Should say on here. Maybe it doesn't say on the app. Anyway, how many pages we have? Sort. I don't think it actually shows on the app how many listings, but I'm pretty sure on my desktop it said 50,000. So, I mean, anyway, you could just scroll through. You could scroll for like hours and hours at all the Rolex watches on eBay. And I'm not saying that to diss the brand at all. If you like a Rolex, get a Rolex. But the idea that it's just going to appreciate is ridiculous. Now, this watch right now is going for about $479 on eBay. Let's see if there's any other ones on here. We'll say JT, Invicta, Subaqua, Specialty, Spinel. So I don't even see the black one on here. There's a couple yellow variations. They're all about $450 and up. Yeah, $499. So again, these watches are being sold for that. Remember, they're not putting this on eBay for $499 because they're like, I'm gonna have it on here for forever and never sell it. Like, that's kind of the going rate. People, when they put stuff on eBay, sure, sometimes people putting things on there they're like, if a sucker buys it, I'll sell it. But generally, this watch, I bought this for under $4. So you can see they're selling for more than I bought it for. Now, whether or not they will sell, only time will tell. But I paid more for this because I was afraid that if I didn't get the black on black, it would sell out and I wouldn't be able to get my hands on it. And that is the case. So I'm really glad that I got my hands on it. I really like this watch. What else? 52 millimeter case diameter. It's big, you know, it's a big, beefy watch. 5-link bracelet. Just everything about this watch is super cool. Now, Invicta does use flame fusion, so let me just give you guys the specifications real quick, the major ones, what I call check boxes. We have 316 stainless steel. We have that's like most of the watch, right? What do we have after that? Crystal, flame fusion crystal, which is almost as scratch resistant as sapphire. There's been some tests done on YouTube using a Mohs scratch kit. Yeah, sapphire is the best. Flame fusion, awfully scratch resistant. You don't have to worry about anything. Screw down crown, screw down function pushers, black spinel bezel, mother of pearl. What else on this? We have that Swiss movement, Ronda movement in this thing. So again, meaningless, but if it means something to you, then you are getting a movement that, even though it's quartz, it falls under the designation to be a Swiss movement. I think that means there's certain assembly in Switzerland, or you might have, you know, maybe a couple parts that are made in Switzerland. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. There's Swiss Rondas and there's standard Rondas, and they're all good. It doesn't make a difference. So that's just a marketing ploy, and it's amazing in today's day and age. It must still work because companies are still listing Swiss made on their watches. What else? That's about it. Just incredible piece. And I know if you add one of these to your collection, you are going to be pleasantly surprised. So I have a 7-inch wrist. It's big, it's beautiful, but it's subtle too. Like, I know 52 millimeter, you're like, what? Subtle? It's a big watch, but it is a flashy watch. And I think this one, of all the Subaqua specialties I have, I think this one is my favorite. I do have it in the spinel yellow kind of brushed gold with black center links. I have it in the full mirror polished. Again, ice bezel. I have smaller versions, which are the black on black with abalone, what they call the female version, which is about, I think, 47 millimeter. Great if you're not looking for something this large. You get everything this gives you just in a smaller bite-sized package. I have it in the silver and black spinel. I also have it in just standard gold with a rose tone bezel, no spinel. And they've made these in blue, purple. There's a lot of different color variants. You'll just have to look and see what you can find out there. I will put a link in the description where, if any of these are available, you'll be able to pick it up. But check that badass watch out. It really is a cool piece. Again, maybe not for everybody, but for me, love these. And I hope that, you know, I don't buy a lot of Invictas anymore just because they haven't really come out with anything. I feel like since they've moved off of, you know, Shop HQ and Evine, I feel like since they canceled their affiliate program, I just feel like since they've gone through the bankruptcy, I just don't see them coming out with a lot of really unique timepieces. I feel like you know, they made these beautiful pieces, very artistic, great quality. And now, like, the last couple watches I've seen that really caught my eye, it was the Helios, and it was the, what was the other one? The Gladiator, which I did get a smaller version. But other than that, I haven't seen anything that really made me want to pull the trigger on it. And, you know, I mean, when I'm talking about, you know, for you Invicta collectors, you guys will know what I'm talking about here. You know, the specialties, the Sea Hunters, the Hydromax, the Venom, the Zeus Bolts, the Zeus Magnums. You know, those are the watches that really kind of like, you'd see them on the Home Shopping Network, and you'd be like, God, I got to get that. I can't wait to wear it. And I just, you know, maybe it's because I have like 480 watches now that maybe I've just kind of, you know, maybe I just don't spend as much on watches anymore. But I think there'll always be an Invicta out there that they're going to come up with at some point that makes me want to buy it. But for now, I'm good on Invicta, so I'm going to come back and share with you guys these amazing creations from the past. So if I can help in any way, let me know. Again, links are in the description. Subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic day, folks, and take care.